Join with me in this meditation. I'm Anne Ahokangas, and I invite you to allow the words that I speak to be the words of your own heart. As I breathe and relax into this moment, I know there is one divine essence that permeates all things seen and unseen. It is the mind, the all, the divine. And I know that it is who I am. And it is the power of this mind that creates in my life. And anything is possible through this mind, through me. And I know this principle of God works through me to create my life. It is the one great healer. It is the Spirit of truth. For I know there is one life. And this life is in me. And it operates through the law of good, the law of love. And this law of love is benevolence, is good, is compassion. It is this love that does the healing, always, in all ways. For this is its divine nature, and it works the same today as it did yesterday and tomorrow. It is at this moment absolutely all there is, and it is always available. So today I release any ideas that no longer serve me and allow this divine within me to do its perfect healing. I accept and I allow. For I remember that it is not I, but the divine within that does the work. And so I release all personal opinions and thoughts and leave the how up to this divine essence, knowing that it operates according to my word. And today I speak my word of allowing full and complete healing in every area of my life. And in this moment, I know beyond a doubt, I have a deep belief, a conviction to know that the divine through me creates my life. And so I direct it, I instruct it, I compel it and command it to move through me for my highest and best. For I know it is my words that create the mold to bring about all my desires. For I know deeply that God, the divine, is all there is. And that God, the divine, exists right where the need is. Not as the need, but the answer to the need. And so in this moment, I allow this need to be fulfilled. So in this divine moment, I remember that Spirit is all that is. And it is always manifesting itself. It is pure being, pure potentiality. So with complete faith, and a complete surrender to my highest and best, I allow Spirit through me to create my best life. So I take action now, guided by the promptings within. As I relax and release, I place my entire trust, my complete faith into this simple thought that through God within me, anything is possible. Through God within me, anything is possible. For this power and presence within me operates through me. It is all that is. It is the infinite field of pure potentiality. It is my life. It is here now. I accept it. I allow it. And I release my word, knowing it is already done. Please join with me in affirming, and so it is.
My name's Lori House, and I'll be your presider for today. Happy Easter again. If you're here for the first time, we appreciate you, and please see me after the service for a gift. 10% of what we receive goes out to bless Unity Canada and also a community organization. This month, we're supporting Unity Canada and the Camp Care Network. March's Power by Charles Fillmore is wisdom. The color is yellow, and the affirmation is on the screen if you'd like to repeat it with me. I follow Spirit's wisdom for making the right judgment. I am guided by divine wisdom in every thought, word, and action. I am wisdom.
Am I bright? Happy Easter! All right. All right. Our song is, it's a brand new day. Our starting song is a brand new day, for sure. It's a brand new day. It's a brand new day. Clap your hands and celebrate. The power of love has rolled that stone away. Hey, hey, hey. It's a brand new day. 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 Clap your hands and celebrate. The power of love has rolled the stone away. Hey, 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 it's a brand new day. Faith can move a mountain and part that stormy sea. Love can be a fountain pouring over me. Hope can build a future so we can truly say the past is past, free at last. It's a brand new day, it's a brand new day. It's a brand new day. Clap your hands and celebrate. The power of love has rolled the stone away. Hey, 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 it's a brand new day. Doubts become believing that death can be destroyed. Painful loss and grieving can open us to joy. A dawn of resurrection can chase our fears away. The past is past, free at last. It's a brand new day, it's a brand new day. It's a brand new day. Clap your hands and celebrate. The power of love has rolled the stone away. Hey, 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 it's a brand new day. It's a brand new day. It's a brand new day. Clap your hands and celebrate. The power of love has rolled the stone away. Hey, 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 it's a brand new day. Hey, 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 it's a brand new day. Hey, 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 it's a brand new day. Happy Easter! It's still my turn.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Easter. I'm wearing my outfit of wisdom. Yellow for the last Sunday in March. Let's just open with prayer, shall we? It says I'm on. Now I'm on. I must have been muted. So I heard that.
Oh, it says it right up. So, oh, prayer. It's, take this just off here, and we'll see if it's better. It's better. Can I just give me one, Emilia? Okay. Better now, just
All right. Don't you love these areas of just knowing that God is in charge and all is well? God is in charge and all is well. We relax, knowing that God's divine wisdom guides us in everything we do, if we allow it, if we invite it in. We come together today here at Unity Hamilton Spiritual Center to celebrate the oneness that we are, knowing there is only one power, one presence here at Unity Hamilton, in the greater community, out in the world, only one. Everywhere present, all powerful, all knowing. We relax and let that power work in and through us. We are so grateful for this community. And we celebrate and honor all spiritual communities meeting today and throughout the week here and anywhere in the world. For we know that there is only one power, one presence. We have many names for it, many ways in which to celebrate it, but there is only one. So we relax, knowing that as we use that power in our lives, from love, from peace, that is what we create. And so it is. Amen.
Reverend and Reverend, thank you for the jacket. It's beautiful. It's perfect for a bright Easter. and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. There is no life without its hunger. Each restless heart beats so imperfectly. But when you come, then I am filled with wonder. Sometimes I think I've glimpsed eternity. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. Raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up to more than I can be.
Thanks, Emilio. That was lovely. And now for the absolute word from Reverend Paul Hasselback. Today's word is arise. I arise and demonstrate renewal and new life. Christian scriptures report that Jesus rose above all limitations, transmuting darkness to light and death to new life. His overcoming death is the ultimate inspiration and example for me and all humankind, a precious example of hope and renewal. This Easter, I gratefully begin my renewal as I awaken to my innate divinity, the Christ. I turn within and discover the resources for new life and energy. I lift myself into higher awareness and understanding of the spiritual truth about myself. In so doing, I leave behind and rise above my limiting beliefs, habits, and actions. With unwavering faith, I rise into higher and higher consciousness as I discover and accept inspiring new possibilities in the fullness of my divinity. I embrace the principles of love, life, and discernment while demonstrating grace.
has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for them springing fresh from the word. Sweet the rains you fall, sunlit from heaven, like the first dew fall on the first grass. Praise for the sweetness of the wet garden, sprung in completeness where his feet pass. Mine is the sunlight, mine is the morning, born of the one light Eden saw play. Praise with elation, praise every morning, God's recreation of the new day. Morning has broken like the first morning, blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for them springing fresh from the word.
Pressed. There you go. Little bit. You're on. No, it's on. I'm going backwards now. Okay. How did I get there? Okay. Don't you just love how, you know, when Reverend Ann's away, all hell breaks loose, it seems like. Anyway, it's okay, leave her, just leave her, she'll be fine. Yeah, so today, you know, I was saying, Emilio, I think you have every one of the 12 powers in that jacket. No matter what month it is, you've got it covered. There you go. There you go. Well, I'd like to take you on an imaginary journey right now. So if you're comfortable, just close your eyes and listen. And take us back almost 2,000 years ago to that Easter morning. We're sitting in Peter's house crying, Jesus, our Messiah, has died on the cross. We're so sure he could save himself. Why didn't he? He healed all kinds of people and even brought Lazarus back from the dead. But, you know, we thought he was going to lead us out from under the Romans' rules and establish Israel as a nation again. What happened? The Pharisees kept trying to stone him, to kill him, anything to get rid of him, because he was causing them trouble. And last week, against our advice, He entered into Jerusalem for Passover with great brouhaha, riding on a donkey, which seemed really weird at the time. Why not a noble stallion that suited his position as a leader? People were asking who he was. We were laying down palm branches for the donkey to walk on so he wouldn't get dust from the road on Jesus. We were so excited. Jesus was actually going to do something to get us out from under the Romans' oppression. And we were yelling, Hosanna, Hosanna, which means save us, save us. And then what a week. Jesus went into the synagogue, created a big furor by turning over the tables where the merchants were selling live animals to be sacrificed on the altar to God. He wasn't trying to hide from the authorities at all. How could he not see what they were going to do to him? Thursday night, a few nights ago, we gathered for Passover, and Jesus did the weirdest thing. He washed our feet. We could hardly believe it. He never tried to act high and mighty, even though he did some amazing things. He told us he was trying to set an example for us, that we could do as he had done and more. And then Thursday night, we celebrated Passover together, and then we went to the Garden of Gethsemane. We were all pooped and fell asleep. I think Jesus stayed awake. Suddenly, there was a whole bunch of people there, led by Jesus, one of us. When had he left? What was going on? He went and kissed Jesus on the cheek, and the chief priests and the temple police grabbed Jesus and took him away. The next thing we knew, they'd taken him to the Roman governor of Jerusalem, Pontius Pilate, who condemned him to death just because the crowd kept yelling for it. And that morning, this is now Friday, they took him and crucified him like a common thief. It was awful. I couldn't stay there and watch Jesus suffer. I heard he was asking God to forgive his persecutors, thanking God for letting him fulfill his purpose, and even comforting the two guys who were being crucified with him. He died around noon, and Joseph of Arimathea had an empty tomb where we put Jesus. We couldn't do anything to his body because Sabbath was starting, so we had to stop and observe it. And this morning, some of the women went to prepare the body, but they found it gone. And now Mary Magdalene has come to say that she talked with Jesus. How is that possible? Take a breath. Open your eyes. Come on back here. What an emotional time, eh? Wow. But, so what? What do the events of that week so many years ago have to do with us here, right now? What does it mean for us today? In Unity, we say that life is consciousness. Now, I don't know about you, but for when I came into Unity over 20 years ago, they kept saying this, life is consciousness, life is consciousness. What does that mean? I had no clue. And I started in Unity at Unity of London, which was a little study group. There was about 10 of us. Now, they had started way before me, but I came in. They were doing the quest, and they were on week 22. So I jumped in at week 22. I did go back and start at the beginning because I did not know and understand what they were talking about at that time. But it wasn't until I went down to Unity Village to study, to take classes. I did not know at that time that what I was going to become was absolute news to me. But I started studying classes, and I learned what it means. And now I know it means that we experience our life according to our consciousness. That all the things that we hold right now in the present moment is our consciousness, that we're conscious of, that we can see and hear and touch and feel. And all our thoughts and our reactions and our prejudices and our beliefs are what we use to see and interpret what is going on around us. And sometimes we can be really screwed up about what we think life is doing. But it's the one we're creating. Now, you know, unity teaches that there are 4 stages of consciousness, and that we're all in them at one time or another. We also talk about interpreting the Bible metaphysically. We don't take it literally. Now, the story that you just heard was taken from the Bible. Whether things happen that way or not, we don't really care. It's not about the story about Jesus. It's about his teachings and what he stood for and what he was here for. And so, but we don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. There's good stuff in there. It's very meaty. And so we look at exactly what was going on at the time. And the Easter story is so full of situations and people and events that we can look at metaphysically, which means more than is written. So we look at the deeper meaning of the story of Jesus. And there's so many people there that represent different states of mind in us. And we're going to use that today to look at the different states of the 4 different states of consciousness that we can be in at one time or another. So let's look at them one at a time. The first one is victim consciousness. Oh, yes. We're just so, you know, in the Easter story, the Jews represented victim consciousness, didn't they? They felt so persecuted by the Romans. They even felt persecuted by what Jesus did. They lived in, most people, there's a lot more people in the world that are living in victim consciousness all the time. They never let go of their story of persecution. They feel that events and people are crucifying them all the time. And it's never their fault. The blame lies always outside of themselves, doesn't it? And guess what? If we get really truthful about it, we love our story of victimization, don't we? We love our story, and each time we tell it, it gets juicier and juicier, and we get more and more blameless, and people there get more and more to blame for what we are experiencing. We're living in victim consciousness, and we're feeling that everything is happening to me. So right now, Gracie is wanting me to pick her up, and I'm not going to do that, dear. You're going to get off. Go see Lori. Get off. There you go. She's not here to distract everybody, so I don't think people online can see what's happening, because I think they only see like the top part. They can't see what's happening down by the floor, but people here do. So that's not acceptable for church dog behavior. Anyway. But usually when we're in victim consciousness, we're living life from the outside in. We're letting everything that happens out there think that it's happening to us. You know, for example, you know, we say, how come when I go to Costco, the line that I get in is always the slowest line? Honest to God. I thought when they created, you know, the self-checkout, that would solve the thing. But no, now they make you get in 2 lines behind the self-checkout counters. And so always wrong one. Oh my goodness, you know. How can I get ahead when the economy is so bad? Like there's, you know, we're victimized not just by big things, like, you know, what's happening in the world these days, and feeling that people are here to get me. But it's the little things, it's the hangnails of life that really affect us, doesn't it? The things where somebody you're driving on the QEW and somebody cuts in and, yesterday I was going up the 400 and suddenly this motorcycle went whizzing by me on the right hand. I was like, my heart just started, why is he doing that to me? Well, of course, he had no clue. He was not doing it to me. He was just doing his thing. Why does COVID, do you remember COVID? Do you guys remember COVID? Do you remember? Yeah, remember that? How long ago was that? But victimized, totally victimized by COVID and the rules we had to follow and the dangers that we were in. Oh my God, I'm going to get COVID, I'm going to die. You know, it certainly affected some people that way. So don't get mixed up between actually being victimized by somebody and that consciousness state of victimization. There's a difference. And certainly things that happen will always be affecting us in a different way. But you know, sometimes it's not a bad place to be. It's where you have to start. It's where you start. And then gradually you think, I'm so tired of this. Gracie, you need to go and sit. You can come and get her, Lori. Yeah, just pick her up. No, that's not going to happen. Just a minute, one moment, please. This is happening to me. I'm being victimized by Gracie's behavior. Come here. There you go. There you go. So, but we realize that, you know, there's probably a better way of looking at the world. We start paying attention to what other people are doing. We start hearing about Eckhart Tolle and Wayne Dyer and Eric Butterworth. We start thinking there's got to be a different way to live. And so we think, you know, maybe I do have an ability to control my thoughts. Maybe I don't have to see things this way all the time. Because Wayne Dyer's story is one of growing up in abject poverty. And look what he created in his life. Eckhart Tolle was living on a park bench for I don't know how many months in out west. He just, you know, and now he has created this whole following of people that are wanting his wisdom, which comes from within. So we think, well, maybe I could go to Unity and find out if there's a better way to live. And so here you are. Yay. We have become victors over our consciousness. We're learning how to do that. We're learning that we don't always have to stay in that victim consciousness. When we're standing in the line at Costco, we can, instead of just grumbling about why this is happening to me, we can say, well, maybe there's a reason why I'm in this. Maybe the longest line is here so that I can spend time maybe feeling grateful for all that I've got. I mean, look at the people at Costco and look at all what we have available to us. Oh my goodness, that a lot of places don't. So we are to be grateful for our prosperity and our abundance. And then we can always think about that the world and events are not out to get us. But we can change it by using our mind. So this state consciousness is by me. By me. How can I change my mind about these things? The interesting thing is, though, it's still not a very high consciousness. Yes, we're going to get the parking spots. Yes, the lights will turn green. But you never know. The thing is that you have to be thinking that something is out to get you, and then consciously change your mind and say, these are not out to get me. This is not something, people don't wake up in the middle. The guy that cuts you off on the QEW did not get up in the morning and say, okay, I'm really going to get Pat Ball today. You know, I know she's going to be going on the Q. No, of course not. Of course not. And yet sometimes that's how we feel, isn't it? Oh, yeah. We start changing and we start thinking and knowing, and especially if we come to unity. I love that whole, that teaching by Emma Curtis Hopkins, who was the teacher of most of the New Thought teachers now, and with her affirming that everything works together for good. Do you remember that affirmation? When something happens to you, you say, this too is good. This too is God. And then you have to get attitude. And I demand to see the good in it. So you have to actually consciously change your mind to see the good in it. But then there's something else that happens. We think that there's got to be more to life than just the surface that your life is getting a little better because you're seeing the good in it. And as you see the good and focus on the good, you see more good, and what you focus on expands. But we start to exercise our power over that. But we realize there's more to it. If we look at what Jesus was teaching us, we realize there's a higher state of consciousness than that. And we call that being the vessel. It can be the vessel consciousness to know that because God is everywhere, God is in us. God is our hands and feet and eyes and ears. And so we allow God, that power within us, to live through us, to be God's hands and feet, and to feel called on to do things that we never did before, to see with the eyes of God, to speak the words of love, to allow God to use our throats and our voice box, to be the hands and feet of God, to be the ears of God, hearing love, hearing the cry for love underneath expressions of fear and hate. Sometimes I feel like that instrument of peace, you know, that poem by St. Francis of Assisi. Emilio's going to sing it for us after the talk. But I just love that. And I change the words a little bit because I don't need to ask God to make me an instrument of peace. I need to thank God and for my awareness that I am an instrument of peace. And just like every instrument we have, we need to use it under the proper guidance of love, not fear. Mary Magdalene felt that way as she spent more and more time with Jesus, didn't she? Jesus told her and the others that they could do everything he had done and more. And really, we have done a lot more than Jesus was able to with the consciousness of the time, wasn't it? With our technology and all our abundance and our communication with each other. We're so, I mean, Jesus, I wonder what Jesus would do if he was here now, giving a talk over Zoom or over live streaming. Wouldn't that be something? Quite amazing when you think of it. He told them that they could allow that power that he called Abba, Father, to direct their lives too. And occasionally, we may actually even feel the highest consciousness, which is verity. It means truth. We had to have a V, you see. So verity, which means as me. When do we feel that? It doesn't last very long. And it's almost like we cannot force ourselves to feel that oneness with God. We have to allow it. Jim Rosemurgy describes it as being the three states of consciousness. The third state, we're up on a higher meadow, and then God or Spirit draws us up into it to know the truth. And it's kind of like Jesus is described as going up the mountain to pray. And so that's what we metaphysically interpret as going up in our higher consciousness to pray, to affirm, to feel that oneness, to know that everything I am is God. Everything you are. Just open your hands for a minute. Just feel them. Do you feel that tingling in your fingers? Do you feel that? Can you feel it? I call that God. God everywhere. Just working through me, breathing me, beating my heart, healing every atom and cell of my being. Just being me. Jesus said, if you see me, you see the Father. Everything I am is God. And when I'm in my verity consciousness, when I'm sitting and realizing it, it feels so good. I just want to stay here. But I can't. Jesus did not stay up the mountain. He came down after every time he went up the mountain to celebrate, to be aware of his oneness. He came down the hill, down the mountain, and started teaching and healing and preaching and spreading the message, being the vessel. And so that's what we do too. We can't stay up there in that state of la la land. There's a saying in Unity, it says, don't be so spiritual that you're no earthly good. Yeah. So we don't want to be, we need to have our feet on the ground and our head in the clouds, but still realizing. It's just so wonderful. And the way that we get to that verity consciousness is usually by meditation. Sometimes even when I'm sitting in meditation, I don't feel it. It'll happen in a second and then it's gone and you can't make it come back. I can't roll away the stone. I love that first song, that talking about roll the stones rolled away. We can't roll away the stone. That's God's job. But it kind of dissolves when I know that there's no separation between God. The important point to remember is that at every moment, I'm in one of these 4 stages of consciousness. And I whip back and forth between them very quickly. I mean, even Jesus, during his crucifixion, in the Garden of Gethsemane, he's reported as saying, oh, God, really, do I have to go through this? Can't you take this from me? And then the next minute he's saying, I know, God, this. I am here for a reason. I am here for a reason. So we learn not to be hard on ourselves when we slip into victim consciousness. There's no point in beating yourself up about it. The point is to become aware of it. They say that when they send a rocket to the moon, this is in the old days when they used to actually do that, they isn't that funny thinking that that's old days? Like, really, it's happened in my lifetime. But it's not a straight line. They start off and it shoots and then it goes off course and they bring it back. And it goes off course and they bring it back, goes off course. And that's how it gets there. And that's us as well, trying to live life through God consciousness. We are going to go off kilter, off the beaten track, that where we, wanting, I'm just going to be good and pure and sweet all the time. How's that working for you? Yeah, not so much, That COVID experience brought me through all 4 stages. Now, I was lucky because I was out in Calgary and went to Ottawa to visit my daughter for Christmas, and she said, Mom, why don't you just stay here? So they gave me the master suite. And so I was there with a big room. I had one end, I had my bed, and then I had in the middle part, I had a TV, I had a little sitting area and a lazy boy chair, and then I had my desk at the end with my laptop and doing all the services by Zoom and teaching by Zoom, and it was just really, and I felt there were times when I thought, oh, why is this happening to me? And then I'd laugh, like, really, Pat, is this the worst it's going to get for you? If this is it, we call that what, first world problems? Yes, yeah. So I started counting my blessings and realizing that how blessed I was. My daughter actually wanted me there. I knew a lot of people that their children did not want to see, hear, or talk to them. You know, I'm well looked after here. Even my laundry's done for me. Oh my gosh, I put it in a bag. Next thing I know, it's folded on my bed. The magic laundry fairy was at work. And I had Chloe with me. Chloe was my Havanese dog, about the same as Gracie. That I had adopted when she was 8 years old. And she was getting older, so yeah, that's when I had to, when she got 15, she got very ill, and so we had to let her go. You know, I think we're kinder to our animals than we are to our humans, really. When it's time to go, we just allow them to go. Other times we try to hold on to people because we think that their dying is happening to us. Feel victimized. How can my mother do this to me? How can she leave now? Guess what, honey? She's not doing it to you. It's not happening to you. Yes, your grief is happening to you, but you don't need to be victimized by it. You can allow it, you can experience it, and you can convert it into being a vessel. Can't we? Yeah. Maybe I'd get an email from somebody or somebody wanting to know how to use Zoom, because I'd been using Zoom for years before COVID came. And so I became like the Zoom expert, which I thought was hilarious. You know, here I am, a woman in the late 70s teaching young people how to use Zoom. It was just funny. But I'd put my petty wants and desires aside and just allow God to express through me, to love rather than feeling I needed to be loved, to understand rather than having to explain over and over and over why I'm doing what I'm doing so that you'll understand me. No, you don't need to understand me. I need to understand you. To be the peace on this planet that I want to feel. Yeah, to be God's instrument of peace. And then sometimes, you know, I'm walking in the woods with Gracie. I have my favorite place to walk on the escarpment over in Niagara region. And there's woods there, and she's off leash, and she's just sniffing around. Then all of a sudden, she'll race by me because she just loves to run, and then race all the way behind me, and then race up. And she's just so much full of the joy of living. It just fills me with gratitude that she's in my life right now. But don't you wish, I mean, you could wish to be in that state of consciousness forever. I cannot spend my life walking in the woods on Niagara Escarpment. It just doesn't work that way. And so here I come back home, and I'm turning at the corner, and there's a car. Come on, get out of the way. It's like, oh yeah. Oh, it's just that we think, I don't know. I like to think I'm getting better at realizing when I'm not doing that and living my life more like I want to be, of being the vessel. But, you know, we can only do what we can do when we can do it. But I have the knowledge now. I have the knowledge, and now you do too, to know that the Easter story is one of love, of gratitude, of peace, and giving us an opportunity to accept both our spiritual and our human selves, to start anew each day. And so with that, I join you. I invite you to join me in saying, and so it is. All right, Emilio.
Thank you for that wonderful message. Where there is hatred, let me bring love. Where there is doubt, let me bring faith. Where there is falsehood, let me bring truth. Where there is pain, I'll comfort you. Where there is silence, let me sing praise. Where there's despair, let me bring hope. Where there is blindness, let me bring sight. Where there is darkness, let me be light. And with these words I speak, grant that I may not seek to be heard, but to hear, to be consoled, but to console, not to be seen, but to see, to be loved as to love. For when we give love, we will receive. When we forgive love, we'll find reprieve. It isn't dying, we'll be released. Make me an instrument of peace.
Wow, that was awesome. Thank you, Emilio. And thank you, Pat. That was a wonderful message today. And what was your takeaway? And my takeaway was we've experienced all 4 levels of consciousness this morning in the service. Including right now, Verity, victim of technology. We experience it a lot, I believe, and we cycle through it. So really good to know that we have the ability to change our mind and to make choices. What was your takeaway? Someone?
I'm going to get a coat like Emilio's.
I'm going to get a coat like Emilio's to be in Verity, right? Awesome.
I thought yours is too small, though.
So now's the time for our practice of conscious giving, the practice of the law of circulation. Through conscious giving, this includes financial giving and receiving, and also asking and forgiving, blessing and praising. You can give right here in the sanctuary as we pass the basket as a way of receiving your financial support to our center. And you can also e-transfer to admin@unityspiritualcenter.com or go on our website to donate. I ask that you please place your hand on your heart as you say this affirmation with me. Divine love that I am blesses all I give and all I receive.
I can shout out in anger or think before I speak. I can choose to be strong or surrender at your feet. I can rage like a fire or soothe like a breeze. All of this is all of you and me. In and through it all is God. In and through it all is love. I am here to be a mirror, to reflect the divine in you, because in and through it all is God. Life can play a soft, sweet melody or screech in tragedy. It can wrap you in its arms or bring you humbly to your knees. It can bring so much suffering or joy and harmony. All of this is all of you and me. Because in and through it all is God. In and through it all is love. I am here to be a mirror, to reflect the divine in you. Because in and through it all is God. It's what it takes to live this human experience. It's what it takes to awaken to our souls. It's what it takes to recognize our wholeness. Because with God's love in and through it all, we are whole. In and through it all is God. Yes, in and through it all is love. I am here to be a mirror, to reflect the divine in you. 'Cause in and through it all is God. Oh, in and through it all is God. In and through it all is love. I am here to be a mirror, to reflect the divine in because in and through it all is
Oh, thank you, everybody. Thank you so much, Lori and Emilio, and all those of you that are here. Randy, the invisible techno in the back room. Oh, my goodness. And Reverend Ann. We're so glad. I think she's going to be back next Sunday. So we're looking forward to that. She is healed. So just remember, we are here to prayers of healing, or just that you want to have someone connect with you with God. We don't pray for you, we pray with you. So it's not a prayer of entreaty to God. It's just a prayer of reminding you who you are. Whoops, pressed the wrong thing. Of course. So let's close by saying the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds you. I am the light. The love of God enfolds you. I am the love. The power of God protects you. I am the power. The presence of God watches over you. I am the presence. Wherever you are, God is. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. And now for our, it's not birthday celebration. That's next week.
But a little bird told me that it was your birthday yesterday.
Well, Good Friday, actually. But you guys already sang happy birthday to me.
Did we?
Of course,
We're
March
gonna
1st.
do it again.
The first.
Why not?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Reverend Pat. Happy birthday to you. And everyone born in the month of March, too. God is blessing you now. God is blessing you now. God is blessing you. You are wonderful. God is blessing you now. It was a great Easter message. Thank you so much. So it's refreshing. Thank you.
You know, all things. Did I turn something on?
I don't know.
All things work together for good, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah. It's been a long time since I did a Sunday talk, so I'm grateful to Reverend Ann for asking me. I'm honored to have done that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Reverend Ann. Thank you, Reverend Pat. Here we go. Okay, now we're back into the victim mode. No. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all the obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. Yeah. Yes, I can make it now. The pain is gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is that rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. Look all around, there's nothing but blue skies. Look straight ahead, there's nothing but blue skies. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. can see all the obstacles in my way. One good rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. 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 It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day.
Oh, it went away. Oh, did you push the wrong? Oh, all right. I guess the PowerPoint is done. So we're so glad you were here. Remember, we love you all. Have a great week.